It's a common procedure that the excavator or wheel loader operator indicates the loading position by placing the bucket just over the point where the hauler should be placed. The operator of the excavator can also assist by sounding the horn when the hauler is in the right position. Make sure that you operate so that you can see the loading equipment in the rear view mirrors and reverse straight up to it. The most efficient loading position is loading from the back or side with an excavator, or from the side with a wheel loader. Volvo articulated haulers are equipped with a patented load and dump brake function for ease of operation and safety. When you are positioning the articulated hauler for loading, stop and press the load and dump brake button. This will automatically apply the brakes and shift the transmission into neutral. The operator of the loader or excavator will normally sound a horn when the body is full. The hauler has also been prepared for the installation of the optional onboard weighing system, which allows the load to be monitored via the Volvo integrated co-pilot display. Contact your local dealer if you're interested in this option. There is also a set of external indicator lights that will help operators of wheel loaders and excavators monitor the loading. Amber light turns on when the machine is 75% loaded. The green light indicates correct load, and the red light indicates overload. When the onboard weighing system gives you the green light on the Volvo integrated co-pilot display, you are good to go. When loaded, press and hold the service brake and choose direction on the gear lever. The load and dump brake system will then disengage the brakes automatically. Overloading reduces machine stability, safety, overall performance, and component life. It also increases fuel consumption. Note that the operator of the hauler is responsible for not overloading. Make sure that no material can fall off during transport. When operating, the gear shift lever shall normally be in drive or D position, which enables the transmission to automatically shift up and down as conditions require. The parking brake acts as an emergency brake. Rain and bad weather can change operating conditions. Make sure you adapt the speed of the machine accordingly. Rough and rocky terrain or soft ground conditions may require diff locks. Activate these with the All Diff Locks floor button, but make sure that none of the wheels are spinning, since this may damage the differential locks. Please note that you need to keep pressing the floor button for as long as you need diff lock. Don't continually use the same wheel tracks. This will only make them deeper. Overlap the wheel tracks and alternate between them instead. Adjust the speed before starting up steep uphill gradients. The hill assist engages when the speed drops to 0 km/h or when you press the brake pedal, bringing the machine to a complete stop. This will help you operate the machine after a stop on grades. Consult the operator's manual for more information. Use the gear inhibitor to lock the gear if necessary. The Volvo hauler can normally be operated on gradients of 20 to 30%. The specific site conditions must be evaluated by the site manager. The hill assist function automatically engages when you're operating on a slope steeper than 10%. This will help you operate the machine after a stop in grades. Please note that hill assist won't engage unless the machine has come to a full stop. Consult the operator's manual for more information. Before you operate downhill, it's important to study the grade and retardation chart in the cab. It'll help you select the right gear and speed. The downhill speed control function helps you to control speed when operating downhill, thus greatly enhancing safety. But remember that you can never operate downhill in neutral gear. If necessary, check the dynamic instrument cluster screen to determine the gradient. The maximum side slope gradient on which you can operate is 15%, but the specific site conditions must be evaluated by the site manager. The cruise control function can help you maintain a desired speed. You activate the function by pressing Set on the cruise control switch. The system will now maintain your current speed. You can see your selected speed on the dynamic instrument cluster. To deactivate cruise control, press the brake or retarder pedal and press Resume on the cruise control switch to reactivate it. To achieve a smoother operation, try using cruise control over somewhat uneven ground. You won't need to keep your foot steady. Consult the operator's manual for more information. The OptiShift function is developed to enhance productivity in slow operating situations on flat ground, like when loading or dumping. When shifting from drive to reverse or reverse to drive, the hauler will automatically brake. When the speed is slower, it will shift to the requested gear. When slowing the machine down automatically, you can, if needed, apply more braking force using the accelerator pedal, which will now work as a retarder. There's a difference between operating an unloaded and a loaded hauler. The loaded machine moves a heavier mass, thus increasing the response times for both acceleration and retardation. In addition, it has a higher center of gravity, so it's always recommended that speed be altered before entering a sharp curve. It's also recommended that you pay attention to the behavior of the body in rough terrain, as its movements are not transmitted to the cab. It's important to maintain a high level of safety on your worksite. The operator's manual contains a lot of information on this. Haul roads must be properly maintained, and ground stability, especially at dump sites, requires continual improvement. The site may also need designated meeting areas, adequate lighting, and appropriate stop or warning signs for low bridges, overhead cables, and other potential hazards. The tipping lever has 3 positions. The hold position keeps the dump body still. Pull the lever back for dumping. The body up indicator shows when the body no longer rests on the frame. The maximum dump angle can be set on the Volvo integrated co-pilot screen. This function will help you restrict the maximum machine height of the load body. You can see the actual dump angle on the dynamic instrument cluster screen. This will help you determine the stability of the dumped material and how it'll behave on a slope. Push the lever forward for lowering. When positioning the articulated hauler for dumping, always check the ground stability and the area behind the machine. It's important to position the hauler straight and level, as the center of gravity changes when the body rises. If activated, the dump support system will warn you if the side inclination is higher than your set value. When the slope becomes critical, the outer ring and the entire field of the inner ring turns orange. If the slope percentage is exceeded and the operator has locked the possibility of raising the body, tipping is impossible, and an alarm message will appear. With a Volvo hauler, it's easy to dump over an edge. Do not reverse too far. The rear axle must remain clear of the edge. Use the yellow positioning markers on the mudguards as a reference. Use the load and dump brake to automatically apply the service brakes. Move the tipping lever to the dumping position to raise the body. Please note that dumping over an edge is not allowed in some countries or workplaces. Check local regulations. When dumping is completed, press and hold the service brake pedal and move the gear selector to D. The load and dump brake system will then disengage automatically, releasing the brakes. Lower the body by pushing the tipping lever forward. Remember to lower the body as soon as possible to avoid getting caught in low-hanging cables or low bridges. This will maximize ergonomics, enhance productivity and safety. When stockpiling, position the machine straight and level, close to the previous pile. Before lowering the body, move the gear selector to the D position. This will allow the machine to be pushed forward by the load forming a nice pile. Use the brake pedal to control the speed of the machine. A tailgate increases the body volume and is very useful when transporting loose materials, especially when going uphill. Make sure that there are no large boulders or tree stumps that may get stuck in the tailgate opening when dumping. Never start the machine if the steering wheel has a warning tag. This indicates that a service job is being carried out on the machine. If you need to work under a raised body, secure the hauler with the steering lock and the body by applying the body safety lock. If the body lock is up, make sure that the dump body lock is disconnected before lowering the body. The hood is hydraulically opened by an electric pump, but you don't have to open it all the way. It can be opened into a service position for easy access to the engine compartment. Swing down steps make it easy for you to reach the front-mounted oil and fuel filters. Remember to never access the engine compartment while the engine is running, and beware of hot areas in the compartment. And when you need to refill engine coolant, washer fluid, or transmission oil, simply open the service hatch integrated into the walkway. We'd like to end this film with a few suggestions on how you can help protect the environment while also saving money. It's important to always carry out scheduled service and maintenance on the machines. Check the tire pressure, lubricate the grease points, and always use specified oils and original spare parts. Also, remember not to leave the engine running when it's not in use. Another important recommendation is to use the downhill speed control function when operating downhill, as it reduces wear and tear on the machine. Using the retarder pedal is another option for reducing speed under these conditions. Good luck!